bit about that book.
So this book, The Message 108, that was my newest book that's coming up now, The Kissing Flight Attendant. That one will be out in December. But The Message 108, that book is about doing what God put you here to do.
Okay.
So the message is do what God put you here to do. I believe he gave us all a gift, a way to fulfill our happiness, to make us happy, or you can use your gift to earn a living, however you want to use it. But he gave us a gift to be a blessing. And many of our gifts, really all of our gifts are going to bless the nation. It is not just for us and our family and our children, but we're really blessing the nation because that's what God put us here to do. And the 108 is a spiritual number that came to me in a dream one night, and it just would not let me go. I tried waking up and going back to sleep, but the dream kept coming where I was looking for room 108 because I had this big motivational speech I was giving in New York at the Barclays Center. And so the next day I looked up number 108, and it said that it's an angel number. And that means that it's time to do what you've been put here to do. Everything you've been praying for, searching for, hoping for, asking for, seeking for, it's time. The time is now. So that's how I came up with the name, The Message 108 for the book. And that's what it's about, doing what God put you here to do and doing it now. Now's the time.
Now, before you had done your first book, how did you know what to do in order to self-publish a book?
Daryl, I really didn't. I really didn't know what to do. I came up on the end of the first year of my business, and writing a book was something that I always wanted to do. It's something that I always knew I needed to do as a motivational speaker. And one day I was just sitting at my desk, and I remembered I have one of my sorority sisters. She is a publisher. At the time, I didn't know she was a publisher. I just called her about to say, how do I want to write a book. What do I do? And at that point, she was like, I have a publishing company. I'll sign you to a book deal. Because we had did some work before in the past together. We wrote an article together. And we signed the deal. We did the deal. And she's just been a blessing in helping me get that first book out. And now we're working on our second book.
Okay,
So
tell us about I'm sorry, go ahead. Finish your statement.
I was just that I'm just really excited about that, being able to have completed that book, The Message 108, and really putting it out there so that people know what they need to do within themselves to make their dreams come true. Just being being grateful for what you have, and being humble, and understanding that things may not happen the way you want them to happen, but they're happening the way that God wants them to happen. And that's a humbling experience when you're able to say, okay, I let go. I'm going to let you handle this will, God, and go for it. And so those are some of the tools that I'm teaching in the book.
Okay, what do you think are two of the most powerful messages that you want people to walk away with after they have read your book?
I want them to believe in the beauty of their dreams. I want them to know that their gift is what God has given them, and to be bold and to be courageous and to go out there and do it. I want them to live their dreams and do what God put them here to do. That's what I want. That's what the whole purpose of this book is for, because that's what God wants. And he gave me the message. So I'm just so happy that I was able to put it into words, put it into a book, and get it out there. This book is for the people. It is not an expensive book, because I want people to get this book to learn how to follow their dreams, how to achieve their dreams, how to manifest what their heart's desires are, because that way they'll be happier. A lot of people are so unhappy, and it's mainly because they're doing jobs that they don't want to do. They're not fulfilled with their life. They're taking stuff personal. And this book was written to give them the tools to be bold, to go after their dreams, and to do it.
Wow, that's impressive. Cousin, bring me back up on the slide, please. Now, you talked about your next book, and the name of that book is what again?
The Kissing Flight Attendant.
How's this book different from your previous book, your first book?
This book, I feel like this book is my book. The first book, The Message 108, that was God's book. God's like, this is a message I want you to put out there. But this book, The Kissing Flight Attendant, it correlates with The Message 108 because it is about doing what you want to do, doing your heart's desires. One of my first dreams was to become a flight attendant. And so I was blessed. I've been blessed to do that on the highest levels. And I run across so many people that say, oh, I want to be a flight attendant, or I wanted to be a flight attendant, or I had these interviews and I couldn't get past the second interview, couldn't get past the third interview. So I decided to write a book to teach people how to get past those interviews and to teach people what happens in training, what happens when you're on probation. So I take the reader from the beginning of first applying for the job, then the interviews for the job, because there's 3 interviews for the job. I take them through each level of the interviews. Also training, because training is very extensive. It can be up to 6 to 7 weeks, sometimes even 8 weeks, depending on what company that you're working for. And I've experienced that. I started out with American Airlines, and we had a 6-week training course. And as I said, training is very intense. And then the next airline I worked for was a charter airline. And that training was 3 weeks. And that's only because that training, we just had one airline that we worked with. Excuse me, we just had one aircraft that we work with. But with that program, we, was a charter airline. So I flew the White House press when Obama was in office. I flew NBA teams, NHL teams, National Hockey League, Major Baseball League, presidents of other countries. So I really got to be at the top of my game as a flight attendant. So I felt it was important for me to write this book to tell people what to expect and how to do it, because I was offered jobs by every airline that I applied for. I went with American Airlines because they gave me the first offer, and I knew I wanted to be with a major. So I just want to impart all of this on everyone else. And then I also have some juicy also have some juicy road stories from when I was on the road, because people do want to know what life is like for a flight attendant on the road. So I put some juicy stories in there, some cautionary tales in there, and just some fun stuff to help people become a flight attendant.
Okay. Now, what are 2 key points that you want people to walk away with on the kissing flight attendant?
I want them to walk away with how to get the job. I'm teaching them how to get the job, how to keep the job, and govern yourself accordingly, because although it is a team effort as a flight attendant, you are responsible for yourself at the end of the day. When you're on the road, once you get off that plane, once you go to those hotels, once you're out in the cities. So you need to know how to take care of yourself, because there are a lot of wolves in sheep's clothing out there. And sometimes we do let our guards down when we really shouldn't. So they're also going to hear some of those stories.
Now, I hope you didn't tell first and last names. I hope it was just first names or aliases, because we don't want nobody home to get busted because they was fraternizing with the flight attendants, like the doctors and the nurses,
Right.
pilots and the flight attendants. Cousin, tell me you didn't do first and last name.
No names. I don't give any names. And it's the same with my book, The Message 108. I tell a couple stories in that book too. And I make sure I don't tell any names, because I don't need any drama. I don't need anybody coming back to me saying this didn't happen, or why do you have my name in here? So I don't tell any names. I just tell the stories, and people can put it together and figure it out if they want to, and ask me questions about it. I will never reveal any name.
All right, cousin. I don't want to read in the paper now you've been sued for, defamation of character and that kind of stuff. But anyhow, I've flown on a couple of charter flights. The taxpayers made sure that, we military people are moved from place to place. In fact, the first time I went to Germany in the early 70s, I was on a charter flight. When we went to Saudi Arabia for the first Gulf War, we were on a chartered flight. So I've flown on a couple of those charter flights, and certainly grateful for the opportunity to serve my country and have you taxpayers to put me on those flights. Now, some of those charter flights weren't civilian airlines. We've flown on a couple of those Air Force chartered flights as well. But anyhow, so much for that. Tell
Yeah.
me, what was the hardest challenge to start writing a book, your first book? What was your hardest challenge?
My hardest challenge was the publisher, dealing with her because she's so, I think publishers have their own personality, and she's very, just the deadlines. I always had deadlines for stuff. So that was stressful for me, meeting the deadlines and then writing the story and then sending the story for review and editing and thinking of all the things that I should have put in there. And but then it comes back, just the process of writing the book. But that was the toughest part for me. I think it's just dealing with the publisher because she's just so focused. And of course, that's what she does. So, just it was a humbling experience. It is a humbling experience. So I'm writing my second book now, but she pushes me and she keeps me focused and on track. And so that's just been my toughest challenge really with that, which has been a blessing. And it's one of those things where I'm just so grateful for her because we need somebody to push us and to let us know when we need to do more, when we need to do better, and what is really making sense and what's not making sense. So that's been my toughest challenge is making sure that everything is right and good and I'm getting everything in the book that I need in there and not giving everybody else so much publicity, giving away free publicity. Because in my first book, I know I did that. I did a lot of names for people and churches and stuff. And so, yeah, just making sure that I'm just totally focused on the message.
Okay. Well, we got a few minutes left, and we're going to have to bring you back because there was a lot that we didn't have time to talk about today.
I know,
But we
time
got
went
we got the
fast.
important things talked about. How can I find your book? Where do I go to get your book?
Well, you can go online to any bookstore online, Barnes and Nobles, Amazon.com, Books a Million, Legacy Books. Legacy Books, they're my publisher. It's a Black-owned company. So I know people are very focused on putting their dollars in Black-owned businesses, which is very important because we need them. So legacybooks.com. You can find my book, The Message 108, and also The Kissing Flight Attendant that's posted. We haven't started our pre-orders yet. We will be in a few weeks. But you can find my books there on all the bookstores. It's everywhere in the United States and internationally. Praise the Lord. It's been picked up in China and India and Africa. I'm selling books over there too. So it's everywhere. But you can always go to Amazon.com. I know a lot of people have accounts there. And please leave a review. And I also want to talk about the Manifestation Challenge. I have this Manifestation Challenge 108. And that's a challenge where I'm encouraging people to manifest what it is that they want in their life. We have all these challenges going on. There is a red nose challenge where people wore red nose for an organization. And there was an ice bucket challenge where people poured ice over their head for an organization. Well, the Manifestation Challenge 108, this is a personal challenge. This is for you. This is for you to manifest something for you and what you want. It could be whatever you want. It could be a car. It could be a house. It could be love. It could be hope. It could be children. I've had people tag me. I want people to tag me at the Manifestation Challenge 108, what it is you're manifesting, so we can pray for you. I have a legion of prayers and we want to pray for you so that you can have it. And I also want people to participate in the Manifestation Challenge 108 because it's so empowering to say in your mind that it's something that you want and to believe in it enough and to seek for it and to make it happen. That's so empowering. And that's what this whole movement is about. What I'm about is empowering people to believe in the power that they have within them to make their dreams come true and to manifest what they want in this life, because God's promises are true. And he wants us to have our heart's desires. All we have to do is be a blessing and ask and we'll receive.
How do we get in contact with Miss Charlotte Crumley Arrington?
You can reach out to me on my Instagram at expectamiracle108, expectamiracle108. My other Instagram is at the Kissing Flight Attendant. So at the Kissing Flight Attendant, Expect a Miracle 108. And of course, there's my Facebook page, Charlotte Crumley Arrington. And I have a page for my book, The Message 108, and the Kissing Flight Attendant on Facebook. And I also have a website, www.expectamiracle108. You can reach me there also. I'm available for speaking engagements. And I will travel because this message is an international message. So I am available to travel. And also book signings. If you have a book fair and you want me to come to your book fair, I'll be so happy to come and sign some books and speak. You know, I'm open, and I just thank you for this time and this opportunity. And I just really want people to just follow your dreams and do what God puts you here to do. They'll come true, I promise.
Which of all of those is the best way to contact you?
Probably my Facebook on Charlotte Crumley Arrington, because you can always message me on there. And also Instagram at Expect a Miracle 108. I'm very busy on that page, that one, and the Kissing Flight Attendant. So you can DM me, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Mm-hmm.
Well, cousin,
yes,
I'm telling you, we only talk to people that know what the hell they're talking about. And you have, so, of course, shown that you do know what you're talking about. Publisher, Amen. Speaker, mom, grandma, wife. And you know what? We didn't tell them the best part. Well, the second best part. The best part is that you're a Christian. And after that, the second best part, or third or fourth, is that you're a member of that dynamic sorority, which is?
Beta Phi Beta sorority.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. Stop it there, cousin.
At Howard University, ain't you? I'm a graduate of Howard University School of Communications with my beautiful line sisters out there, my grandbabies. We were out there just hanging out one day, but I do need to correct you. I'm not married anymore. I was married for 17 years to Joe Tex Jr., and we're not married anymore, but we're still very good friends, and we still take care of our family together, love our family, and we still love each other, but we're not married anymore. So I am single.
Wait, no, don't put that out there, cousin. No, don't put that out there, cousin. She is still married, happily married, so do not be calling her, writing her, and DMing her, Dumba, can I take you out? No. I don't want that for my cousin. No. So, cousin, don't put that out there. You are still married. Wink, wink. All right. Is there anything else, cousin, before we let you go?
No, you guys just keep being a blessing, Daryl. Keep being a blessing. And don't forget the book, The Message 108.
Oh, isn't she sweet? And the kissing. She should get paid. She needs to get paid. Yeah.
She gets paid. She gets all kinds of treats. But this is a little free gift you'll get when you order the book. And if you can see it, it's a magnet for the Kissing Flight Attendant.
All right.
But you'll get this when you order the book. If you want to order the book, just DM me, and I will sign a copy and get it off to you and everything, along with the special gift for supporting me in my business.
All right. Tell my aunt I said hello, and cousin Ray, take me out of here.
There you go.